Okay. Oh. Welcome there. Hello. I'm just coming on for a little bit, for a few minutes, or I don't know how long. I never do, but I don't intend to be here too long. But I'm going to play a little bit of the drums for a second after I do this. I was waiting to see if anybody might show up for a minute. I don't want to play real long, but burning a little sage. Just see. And oh, cheers, Dennis. I just didn't take the time to set something up through Restream. I figured I'd just do it solo. A lot of times people are busy, you know, and if somebody shows up, like if you were to tell me you wanted to do it, but or if somebody came in that likes to stream and was to say something to me about, well, starting another one, I could end this one. But I don't know if I'm up to trying to maneuver with other people right now. I'm just enjoying my day. And what I was going to do is, while we got a few people watching, I was going to do a few little, just kind of mess around. But like I said, I don't want to play too much. I try to be mindful. I don't think my neighbors are asleep over there, but I think he's off today, but I can't tell. But yeah, just kind of was going to do it live for a minute. Now this is a little bitty drum kit. It's a little small kit. You can see, like, look how much taller my knee is. And Mike Marinetta, who follows my channel, I follow his channel, and he's a cool, kind of a Christian mystic hip hop artist. It's not your typical Christian hip hop. It's just outside the box thinking. But what I was getting at is he is who I have to thank for having this little kit. He hit me up last week and was like, or he had actually asked for my address a while back, and he was like, I want to send you something sometime. And I had no clue what he was talking about. Figured a book, or heck, I don't know, it could have been a book, a t-shirt, it could have been anything. And so the next thing I know, I got a text. I got a text saying, showing me to expect something on Saturday. Let me try to get this little. There we go. So it was like he had showed me a text saying, "Oh, hey James, I'm just playing for a minute for you guys before I turn the camera back around, showing off the little kit live on the stream." And I was saying that Mike Marinetta was the person that had this sent to me through Amazon. It's actually surprisingly, it sounds pretty good to be what it is. Let's see, where am I going in life? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Who would I say it to? But earlier when I made it short, I was saying it different. I was like, what are you gonna, or where are you going in life? I noticed that I had done that, entitled it, Where Are You Going? So I could really do it both ways. Where are you going in life? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Or who are you gonna say it to? Anyway, I don't know why I'm being peculiar about, I don't know. I played some this earlier today, of course, and did several little shorts for the YouTube channel. And I'm liking being able to set the camera or the phone up to where it's looking right on the drums, and you can see, you don't see me, but you see the sticks moving and my foot moving and stuff. So how are you doing, James? It's good to see you here. And Dennis was here. It looks like, anyway, I'm going to stop even paying attention to those numbers. Y'all have heard me millions of times. If you've watched a live stream of mine for a little while, if you've been in any, then there's got to have been some point in time where I've mentioned how the audio cuts quite a bit. Let me see. I don't know what's going on with that. Was it when I was playing or even just talking? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to see if my microphone is covered up somehow or something. And maybe when I was playing, that could have had something to do with it. I don't know. It's good to know, though. I don't know how I would fix the problem. That's the main issue. Okay, you said you let you restart. James, are you able to hear me pretty well? Dennis was saying the audio was fading in and out a little. Oh, and James, before you showed up, I was burning a little bit of sage too. Just, I like to say, like, if you see this in your live or in your feed. Okay, Dennis, thanks for letting me know, because, like, you know, if there is an audio problem and I don't know what it is, it might have been. Well, if I was through Restream, I could exit the studio. Y'all could still be seeing it, and I'd exit, come back into my studio. It might have fixed it, but on YouTube, if I exit, it just ends the stream. And of course, I just went live through the app on YouTube because, hold on, my dog always causing problems out there, ain't she? But I like to burn sage and stuff. I hadn't had none in a while, and you saw me. I did an unboxing yesterday. Got 6 sticks, 6 sage sticks. This will last me a decent little while. I probably won't have. A lot of times I can use, you know, you just burn a little bit at a time. Okay, if I was cutting out when I was playing for you, Dennis, let's see if it sounds a little better now that the audio is working. Let's see. Let's see. The cymbal is pretty loud, though. I'm trying to figure out can I play with it without. But that's why you'll see me do like use the rim for a a timer. And that one neighbor just left too. Let me see, what does it say? Cool, yeah, they last me for ages. Oh, okay, the sage sticks, you get them too then. Okay, Dennis, cool. I just wanted to see if it sounded better because James Dennis was saying it. Evidently, the sound was cutting in and out on him, and I guess he restarted, or whatever you call that. Sometimes you can refresh the page and it'll just make a difference. And I'm thinking that's what he did. Yeah, I saw that you commented on that unboxing of my sage and the stones, the crystals. I don't necessarily, when I haven't, well, since I just got it, of course, I'm using it today. I really haven't went all the way around in the trailer just yet, and I'll probably do that before the day's over. I'll do some sage in my room, a little bit of sage in all around. Like right now, I'm in the living room, and then let me turn this around. I want to show y'all something. And because Dennis is here also, and also you, James, you've been here before when we talked about comics. I was going to show what I got yesterday comic book wise, and I do have there is something coming today from Dr. Ben, so I'm kind of excited about that. You know, his style is different, but it's you know, I like a lot of different stuff. It don't have to be just your typical regular comic books. Yes, that was a good video. I don't know much about crystals. Oh yeah, I'll hold on a minute. I have a book here about them. This is more full of, this kind of is more, I'm trying to remember if this gives you any of the folklore type stuff, but it also gives you all the facts too about just about any stone you can think of. But what I was going to show, well, I just recently watched a video of this. There's a Native American that pops up in my feeds a lot. I can't remember the name of the channel. I'm not even subscribed to the channel. But he's an older Native American, and they'll be interviewing him, and he talks about a lot of his culture and some of their folklore and some of their beliefs, not just folklore. But that's where I learned just recently about that now I knew you could eat it, and I knew it is used as a essence, like a fragrance. But when he said, it made sense when the guy was saying that they used sage in their bathing water, their washing water. They used it in their rituals, of course, particularly in their sweat lodge rituals. And they did a lot of heavy saging, and they'd make strong, heavy sage tea. He said they drink that pretty regular too in their water because it helped to kill. Something in sage helps to, it does help keep certain things down, even in the real world. Like, it's not just a spiritual thing. But I burn it as a spiritual cleansing. So, but Dennis, I got this yesterday. I think when we're on here, like, my camera's flipped around, I guess. Or maybe it ain't. But Mars was a comic book series that came out in the 80s by First Comics. One of my favorite, you know, aside from being into the big companies like Marvel and DC, back then in the 80s and the late 80s, early 90s, when I started discovering other type of companies at the flea market in like old bins, Mars and First Publications was one of the first things I discovered. That and Eclipse Comics. That's how I discovered Scout, Grim Jack. But Mars only had, so I looked it up. This was one of my favorite things when I was growing up. And I only had some of them. I didn't have them all. So apparently it only ran for 12 issues, is what and I didn't read everything on Wikipedia or whatever. So I guess it ran for a year, once a month, 12 issue series. This is 1 through 9, so I'm missing 3 issues. Well, 3. And so it's really interesting. I started issue 1 last night, and because when I was really into it, I only had like 3 or 4 of the issues, and that they were in the middle. So I got to start from the very beginning last night reading issue 1, and that was like very interesting. I got to tell you that. There's a lot in just that first issue that it was written in the 80s, but you could imagine it if you took the female character, it's the main character, and replaced it with Elon Musk. It could almost be like a fictional Elon story, because it's kind of weird. Because she and her dad creates a technology where you can actually they put a chip in a brain, and then it transfers your consciousness into other machinery or robots. And then they use that technology to colonize Mars and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty weird. But it turns out she loses the use of her legs, and then she ends up going into a hibernation type thing. And it's like she wakes up 10,000 years later, and then she ends up on, like, anyway. I had forgot that it was set way in the future of humanity and all that. I knew that stuff. Even if you catch a series in the middle, if you're smart and have common sense, a lot of times a good written story, even if you find it in the middle, you'll still be able to kind of follow it. Good story. Yeah, James, like, I'm really enjoying getting back into comics. Like, I've gotten back into them over the past few years, and I don't have a large collection, but I'm, like I've stated this before, I'm real picky about what I want. But the beauty of being back into it is I watch different reviews from different graphic novels or collected editions. And when I see somebody talking about something, say it's came out in the past 20 or 30 years when I wasn't actively like real into it or something, and I didn't know about it, well, I find about it now. Now, some of the stuff will be really expensive, but a lot of it didn't go up high in value, and it's easy to find a lot of used, even if it's just a trade paperback of a collected edition, because I'm just buying them to read them and to enjoy the art. And if I like a good story accompanied with good art, and but I was just kind of sharing that. And then, like I said, I was messing around a little bit with my the little drum set. When Mike first sent me this, or when this first came in the other day, I was like, look at how big the box was right there. When that showed up, and the lady had to get out to get it out of the van, I was like, what in the hell did he send me? But when I was like, it's got to be something music. It's got to deal with music, because he plays music, or he writes music, and he can sing, and he raps, and he had seen me several times. He caught me a couple of times live while I was just using my drumsticks on a bucket, and I guess he just wanted to do something for me that gives me a little bit more to play with. The only thing that is a little, it moves on me, but that can be fixed. When you're playing, like, it'll move, but a lot of drums will do that too. Like, if I had a carpet underneath it, it might help it, but why don't I do a little bit more before? I appreciate you guys being here. Y'all are it's always cool to have anybody come along and chat with me for a little bit. Let's see. Looking out my window, seeing how things go. Maybe one day I'll know where I'm heading. I don't know what's coming round the corner, and I don't know if I'll make it any longer. Those were just on the spot. That's not a song, guys. I was just practicing. I just decided I'd vocalize while I was playing. Let's see, man, I'm cooking a massive schnizzle. You're cooking a massive schnizzle. Schnitzel. Is that code for a meal? Or am I missing something? Shit. I know you are. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It's like Snoop Dogg saying it, isn't it? Schnitzel. Okay. You're a massive, yeah. You cooking up some massive shit. Some good eating. Cool. But what I was explaining is what you just heard me trying to put. That I just was trying to do a little slow beat there, and I just decided to practice doing some kind of improving. Those were just words coming to me. So that's, but you know, it's always fun when I do live streams and I do a little bit, like especially if I'm just solo. When they finally get uploaded, usually it takes almost the next day before I can actually rewatch them a lot of times. Depending on how long it is. Okay, like a thin pork steak breaded. I had some boneless pork chops the other day. I'd made well, there was a couple of days I did it, the same thing. I made a pack one day, ate on them, and then the next day, well, I ate on the day before what I could cook out of that pack, and then the next, I believe the next day I used the last of it. And I've got plenty more in my freezer, so that's pretty cool. And then last night I made 2 hamburgers and made it into hamburgers. Today I just ate 2 hamburger patties by themselves. And I cooked some baby bella mushrooms also. So every once in a while I'll get some baby bella mushrooms. And well, I'll just get mushrooms in general. I like. You're hungry, yeah. I ate a little bit. I've still got 1 hamburger that I didn't, or I got another. I've only ate 1 hamburger patty, so I just corrected myself. And I ate the mushrooms that I cooked, but I still have another whole pack of mushrooms that I'll probably make later. Let's see. I was going to try to find, oh wait, is that it? If James is still there, I was going to look for... Give me a second here. Yeah, so I did get some smoky quartz yesterday, and I was gonna look up smoky quartz and quartz, because if James is still with us, then I thought, well, not just him, though. You know, it's not just him. It could be anybody. A lot of people like to learn about different things. And, you know, no matter if you think it's hokey. Now, where's the, give me a second. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. This is getting on my nerves here. Okay, it don't really matter, does it? Germans here eat minced pork meat raw inside a bread bun. That just don't sound right to me. Does it to you? Like, I don't know. There's something about that don't sound right. But I have heard of people, you know, any kind of minced meat has never been that great to me. But, you know, maybe I'm just not remembering it well. What is she barking at? Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. I think I have a order coming. I believe my order's here. Can you hold on just a second? Yeah, let me go out here and get the mail. Ah. Okay, let's see what we got here. So that's pretty cool. While I'm streaming, we got the. You might be able to see. I'm going to assume. Yeah. This is the package from Ben. You know, like, because I'm on a phone, I can't necessarily click. Like, it'd be cool if I could. I can make some of these segments. Hold on, let me hide that like that. I can make some of the segments into, what do you call it? Okay. Oh, cool. Cool deal. Cool. So, that's really cool. Give me a second here. Look, he added a little, there's a little drawing or something in there that he addressed to me. Or to Greycloudyday. That's really cool. That's a nice touch there. Thanks from your pal, Dr. Ben, man. That is awesome. That's really awesome. Did you see that? Okay. And then the one I actually paid for and ordered. Oh, because he told me this is all he's got on his eBay. But he told me, he said, go there and buy that and he'll throw in a few extras. So let us get. Oh yeah, man. This is oh my gosh. I'm really digging this. Yeah, this is Ben's. And what I like is it's got that, like I grew up, you know, like in the early 90s and stuff, and I was into like hardcore music and metal and all that. The bands I was in, we did a lot of mail, like trading back and forth, and then I was into a lot of, you know, fanzines. This is what it reminds me of, like an underground, and a lot of underground comics are like that. This is pretty cool, though. He took someone's face. Who is that? I'm trying to figure out who those faces are. But I know that's Judge Dredd, and that's Judge Death. I'm going to have to ask him. Oh, hell. Says AR13L, the Little Mermaid Fun My Comic. He made an ad in his own. That's pretty cool, isn't it? What that same one is? Oh, one is Ed Piskor. Okay. Oh, I bet that woman, is that one of the women that was, okay, that must be Ed Piskor. And then that's probably one of the main instigators that, I know, I remember when all that happened and I knew all of it. Hey, look at this. I am real happy to have something by somebody that I'm, you know, I've just met him, in the past couple of months, just really started, and then, you know, been on a few streams with him on Johnny's and Destruct with you even, and then he's came on my show, or on my stream last week with him in Disrespect, or Destruct, let's not cuss Disrespect, and hold on, let's look through what else he's got, though. He sent me some other stuff. Okay, relaunch. I just seen an ad for that in here. He's got Yeah, thick comic, Dr. Ben's Comics relaunch. He made him, and there's our dude. If you're, I don't know if you're able to. I need to get somebody that can screen record some of these for me. Like I'd love to clip some of what this. I would love to just clip this segment, which I can clip it, and then send it to the. Yeah, so here's the relaunch thing that he had the ad for. And like this is cool. Yeah, I mean the lines might be, but I like the do it yourself type of thing. It's on some good stock paper. And he, like I said, I bought this, and he gave me. I got a couple of stickers, and then this looks really cool too. Stanley's Tales of Terror, disgusting kayfabe in the tradition. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have fun looking through these and sharing them with people. Of course, I told Ben once I got this package and have looked through everything and gotten familiar with it, we'll try to schedule like I'll try to talk to him, between like in the next week or so about trying to schedule him to tell me a day he wants to come back on, so that I can maybe schedule it a few days ahead of time and see if we can get a few eyeballs on us. To have him on and as kind of official, and I can show off some of his stuff that I actually have in person, and maybe he can share a little more about his. He already shared quite a bit that day that we were streaming together with Destruct. That's really cool though, man. I can't wait to, like I said, and what I'm doing right now, the cool thing about when I'm through the YouTube app is I do have the ability to hit highlight. Highlight, I guess, like, I think 5-minute segments, or you have to have been running it so many minutes before it'll do it. And then I think the first time you can highlight it, once you run in like 5 minutes or something anyway. So I'm trying to remember that whole time I was opening that package and doing that, at some point I started highlighting. So when I can go and turn some of those into little shorts that might only be 15 seconds, but they'll still be cool. And also, what I'll probably do is like title it, like title the highlight, like those highlights of me opening and showing the bins. I'll go and retitle it, opening up package from Dr. Ben or some shit like that. And so, I think we might have lost some people here. I was going to try to show something, or I was going to read something about quartz and smoky quartz for James, but I think he might be gone, which is totally fine. We're not like, this is a very nonchalant, you know how my streams usually go. I am excited. Self-Destruct was supposed to try to, well, last week he said we might have done it over the weekend, but it didn't ever turn out. And I think he slept, or was, I don't think he got his day started on Saturday till late that day. And, but I still want to have him come on, and whoever else comes on with us, so he can pull up that video I have him say. It's kind of like a conspiracy type. It'll be a fun video to have him on, and maybe a couple other people want to come on. We pull it up, it'll move us to the sides, and we'll watch it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like on a clip. I'm going to try to, oh yeah, I can clip that whole segment. I could send it to the message group we have, and then if somebody wants to try to save it, they could, I guess. I just don't have the ability to do that. Like I don't know how people. I looked it up, and I'm imagining someone has to have the right type of stuff or computer or something. I guess they screen record it and then they make it into something. I don't know. But I was going to just say, like for regular quartz, keywords, programmability, amplification of one's intention, magnification of ambient energies, clearing, cleansing, healing memory. If you don't have to believe in any of this, but chakras, it covers all chakras. If element, a quartz, the clear quartz is the element is storm. Physical offers support for the nervous system, can be programmed. Okay. But then down here in the description, it gives you the scientific reading. What does that say? You can show videos with Restream. All right. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't, but Destruct has played around with it a little bit more, being able to pull up some stuff and do it. Like a matter of fact, when he, if I had a computer, I could do it. I could pull up stuff and show it. But on my phone, the only thing I've been able to do is pull up like recorded videos I've done and it's in my gallery. But I could be wrong. But like when Destruct was on with us last week at me and Ben, he was able to pull up a couple of things. And one time when he was on with me just by himself, before someone else showed up, he pulled up like some funny little clips and stuff he made. But yeah, so we can, what he has to do is pull up the video, send it to the link, and then I open up the window, or I open it up in the studio to be on the screen, and then he controls it from there. That's how we've been doing it. Now, I imagine depending on what you're watching, I guess you'd have to watch out, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I should get with him and see if he wants to just get with me one day, or whoever wants to, and just go into the studio through Restream. Like I can send the link and not go live, and then see what, because I still want to try to figure out if I can have it more widescreen when I'm showing, like everybody else is able to. Anyway. So I think I've been thinking, I keep putting off certain things that I really need to be taken care of, but I'm thinking I might be able to pull off getting some kind of better device in the next month or two. Whether that be maybe a tablet that has more memory and more abilities, or even actually, just a good like refurbished laptop or something that I can find. I have looked on eBay and found different. I've seen stuff anywhere from $100 and something to several hundreds, but I'm going to try to set that as a goal. By the end of the year, I do want to have something other than just a phone to be streaming on. Even if, like I said, even if it's just a tablet that has more abilities and stuff, that would be cool. I used to have one that did all right, and that's what I used for the longest time. I appreciate you being here, though. It's getting a little warm in here. I have my door closed, and it's like... But then smoky quartz, grounding, transmutation of negative energy. It does help to absorb negative energy. I do know that. Practicality, organization, manifestation of one's dreams and inspirations. Anyway, I'm going to mark those little pages. And the next time I do a stream, and if James shows up, I'm going to have those pages marked. So if he shows up in the stream or in the chat, I'll share that information with him. Because he said he don't know a lot about stones and crystals. I don't know a lot. I'm into them, and I do have like a book about it. And there's so many different types of gemstones and crystals and stuff. I don't remember all the names of the things. The way I used to do it, when I'd go into a shop that had the stuff on hand, a lot of times, if something seemed like it was speaking out to me, like a certain stone, then I would ask the shop owner if they had any information on it, and then I would read about it, or they would tell me about it, and then usually I would be like, okay, no wonder that caught my eye or something. And if it was something that I thought I wanted, that's how a lot of times, if I didn't already know what I wanted, or because I just know a few little things. But I'm going to stay on for a little while longer. Hell, we went for about 40 something minutes. Might as well try to round it up to as close to an hour as we can. I think I titled it short, short afternoon or short hangout stream or something. Or, yeah, just hang out for, I don't know, you saw it. Which I'm not objected to staying on longer. I'm wondering if anybody else is I was thinking somebody else might do a show this afternoon or in a little while, and might have a link or something they share, if that's the case. Like if someone's streaming and they share a link for anybody to come on, then I might do that. I might go onto someone else's channel or something, So, yeah, I'm really excited about just, I enjoy being, I don't have a lot of money, I don't think any of us really do, unless we're there's often times I'm struggling, little over halfway through the month, a lot of times I'm low on funds and either close to broke or already broke, and sometimes I have to get out and hustle and do something to try to come up with things. But this month I've been blessed, and I was able to, I was able to enjoy a few things other than took care of most everything I needed to take care of, and then I've helped. I supported a few creators this month, either through super chats or buying some of their products, like the Godfo stuff, this. And I think next month there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I'm on the fence. I have several different things in my head of what I want to. Hey Leslie, what's up? I was playing the drums a minute ago. Here before you always show up when but yeah, I'm gonna be on for a little while longer. I told Dennis I'm gonna at least round this up to an hour. And of course, like I said, I titled it something where you see that I titled it it's just there was no intention of how long, but I just said short afternoon stream or something. A lot of what gets determined on that is how many people show up and are watching. You're good, okay. What I was going to do real quick, since you just came in, I was going to play a little bit, just play a little beat. I'm not doing, I played a little bit to begin with the stream, and then I did a little bit more after I talked and showed some comic books and stuff. That cymbal don't sound bad for what it is, but it's loud. So like I said, I use this a lot. Hold on. I'm kind of getting nervous a little bit, but. Not really nervous, just kind of like, you know, let me highlight that spot too. But you can see I'm having fun with it. Like, I'm having fun just having something other than just, you know, a lot of times I was playing on this for kind of a bassy drum sound or a bucket. And then this is just a little kid's drum set, obviously. But it's decent quality for what it is. And it don't sound that bad considering, you know, like when I didn't know what it was going to sound like, but as soon as I got it put together and I tried it out that day, and the bass drum sounded a little bit better than I remember too. Okay, now let me get back to you guys, just kind of. So, but I thought it was only fair to play a little bit more since you weren't here just a little bit ago. I'm just kind of giving you guys like a little glimpse into how my day's been going. I'm not happy with, I feel like, well, I had to tell myself earlier, I don't know if y'all have ever had this. I have to keep telling myself that there's some days it'll be okay if I don't do said this or said that. I have done quite a bit today already. Like, you know, I've done a lot with the channel. Like, well, I mean, I've made some drum videos, you know, little shorts of me playing the drums and just a few minutes at a time or like 50 seconds or something and or a minute. And then I made my normal, regular video every day. And then I've done a live stream on X this morning that seemed to be all right. It was kind of strange, that live stream I did on X. I think that was a bot account or a scammer, but there's somebody that was supposed to, the account appeared to be female, but the way they were talking to me, I didn't find, it kind of seemed like someone that was fishing and that was trying to get me to think that it was some girl that was interested. Because as soon as I ended the stream, they started direct messaging me. And then I was like, okay. Like, they were like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And then it was like, so where do you live? And what, and what's your real, like, what's your full name and shit? So I just went ahead and blocked them. I was like, you don't get questions like that from a real person, like, that's sincere about a real conversation. It don't come out like, how are you doing? Then instantly into all this other, where are you? And fucking this and that. Like, it just seemed weird. I can tell. Oh, and Leslie. Well, I keep saying Leslie, but we know. Just a minute ago. Yeah, Dennis, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it was weird. I was doing a live stream, right? And on X, because I can be a little bit, like those morning streams I do over there that I'm starting to get kind of like a routine for. It doesn't have to be every day, but like if I feel like doing something in the morning, I just find it, that's where I'm going to do it, is on X. I'll just do a stream on X in the morning. Sometimes I do them on YouTube, but on X, I can, if I want to, I can play music on another phone and have it playing in the background. Sometimes I've done that. Or we can talk, you know, I can talk a little more openly about things going on, whatever, but I don't really ever talk about that. I just get high and kind of just hang out in the morning. But, yeah, it was just strange because there were several people watching, and then there was one account that came in that's like kind of an account that sells like supposedly marijuana or something, but I think they're just somebody, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to trust somebody like that's just random and don't have a lot of people following, and they hadn't been there long. But the other person that came in, the female, like I said, their first message was "Hello, handsome" or some shit, and I was like, I'll accept that, thanks, whatever. And it was like, but then they were like, "Oh, sorry." I was like, "Well, like I'm not here for that." That's just weird. I wasn't. Usually when it starts off like that, that's usually someone that's either not a real woman, or it's a bot, or it is a woman, but they're still also not who they seem to be in that picture. I mean, it's happened enough in my life on social media. You know it, Dennis. Like, I've had it early in life happen, and me find out the hard way that it was somebody trying to eventually get you to do something with money or whatever, playing on the hopes that you're a lonely dude or something. But we fixed that earlier. So what I was showing you, Leslie, is I got a package while we were streaming. I get this package about 15, 20 minutes ago. And these are some things that, matter of fact, Leslie, I believe you showed up and we weren't on there long. Do you remember coming in, was it this past week, like last week, it was Wednesday or Thursday, I believe, oh, hey, Land of Steel Fishing. I haven't seen you in a minute. Well, we might stay on longer than, I was going to round it up to an hour, but if y'all guys are here for a minute, we'll just, if it goes over an hour, I'm not worried about it. Because if you're watching, it's cool, and I'm here. So what I was saying, Leslie, is I had someone, he calls himself Dr. Ben. He was on the stream and then self-destruct. And I believe you showed up, and it was towards the end because I was explaining to them. Yeah, I was telling them about you and all that kind of stuff. Well, this is Dr. Ben's stuff. And also Land of Steel Fishing. I can't remember if you were there, but I remember you being here last week at some point talking to me. But Dr. Ben, Dr. Ben's Comics and whatever, but he has a channel, and he was on last week on one of my streams, just as a casual thing, but I was getting to know a little more about him, and I had ordered, right after that, I'd already ordered it that day, and it came in today, so he sent me some extras and a few little stickers. This is nice, and let me show you. Now the light's but he did a little drawing, and it says Greycloudyday up there. He did a little, I don't know if that's a drawing he did specifically for me or what, but, and thanks from your pal, Dr. Ben. And it's on the cardstock, so I thought it was cool. Like, that adds a little touch. It's like an actual memento. I order something, he throws in a couple extra little. And what's cool is they're like do-it-yourself type stuff. Like, I don't know if he's painting, but it's on good quality paper. This is colored. This one's black and white. This one looks like he might have done this one, but it's still cool. And he threw these in. And then there's the stickers. There's two of these. So, oh, okay, you're saying, Leslie, you remember now, I think is what you're answering. Oh, Dr. Ben has a Substack? I need to ask him about that. I've never used Substack, but have you used Substack, Dennis? I think Ben's all right. I have no problem with him. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else really seem to. The only one that seemed that and like I don't know much about everybody, but I do remember when Johnny first started Comicsgate Commandos. I watched a couple of them, maybe not for the entirety, but I did stop in from there, here and there. But I had not kept up with it and known that it wasn't until like later in the year last year that I found out that Johnny wasn't on there no more and stuff. And then that's when me and Johnny started getting to know each other better. And but I'm not here to bring up that kind of stuff anyway. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know particularly why. Like, it was weird to me that I heard somebody felt uncomfortable, or there was something about him that didn't feel right. I'd get nothing but like a really good feeling from the dude. You know, like my interactions with him, brief as they are, or, you know, we've had some good interactions on some streams, especially when he came on my channel. Like, I think we streamed for like 2 hours or something, I think, or a little more. And Leslie came in right at the end of it. It's just that I'd already been streaming for a while. Yeah, that's all I was saying. But I saw Patrick was in the stream. Well, he was in Johnny's stream the other day. And Ben was on there. But anyway, I don't think there's been as big a deal between them maybe as there was. I don't know. That's probably something, you know, it's like, it's stuff that's not really that important. And you see how I am, Dennis. I tend to try to get along with as many, you know, like, I try to be cordial with, like, you've heard me say the word, you've even been on the show, you said that that's a good word that we could use. I try to be cordial even with people that maybe I don't like that much, but they're not bad. They've never done nothing to me. And some of the stupid stuff that people have going on between them is over some of the stupidest shit. Right, that's what okay. Right, they don't sound like anything like some of the shit that's going on or been going on for a long time. But anyway, there'll be a day and time at some point we'll have a stream on my channel and really get into some of it if we want to. But I want to like schedule something like that a little later and kind of know that there's a few people coming on, and that's our specific reason. And probably the first real stream I do on the second channel, after I go over a little over 100 subscribers, I figured we'll try to set a stream up and have a couple people on from Comicsgate or the comics community in general. And just, that'll be the specific goal, is for that stream to be about comics and things like that. Like, that'd be a good way to kick off a stream over there. And because my intentions with that channel is to eventually that be where, if someone's coming and seeing me for the first time and they're like not interested in what the bulk of my content is on this channel, let's say they're more interested in my views or whatever is going on with comic book shit, then you could go over there and find that. But I do it both, you know. I'm going to talk about whatever I like in my life on this channel, but anyway, I talk about that a lot. That I have a specific way I see it, but I want the other channel to grow naturally, but once it gets to a certain point, then I'll start taking a little more time with it, especially in trying to do, right now it's just like, and I think getting a better device, like having a whether it be a decent tablet or a full-on laptop type computer, or even a desktop. I could do a desktop, but I'd rather have a laptop, something that I can take wherever I need to go. Not that I go anywhere a lot, but anyway, when I talk about those things, it gets me to thinking about how, and I've mentioned it, that I start thinking about that last year. I start thinking about last year and how had somebody bless me tremendously, and then I just kind of goofed it off. I didn't goof it off, but I ended up within a month not having it. Oh. And I always figured that the timing wasn't right. There was evidently some reason. And then shortly after that, a lot of stuff kind of like fell apart for me. And that was just in my own personal life. So what I'm trying to do is navigate this year, because it was summertime last year that all that happened. And then the last half of the year, it took a minute for me to get back kind of like doing things more fluently. And so I'm trying to be mindful. What happened is I feel like, and some other people said they felt like that happened to me. I kind of got burnt out. I was going pretty hard at the channel. I was like just making all kinds of like random videos every day. And then I got into like learning how to live stream, and I was starting to do that like a lot in the evenings. And sometimes I'd be really messed up on them. Like I'd be like secretly drinking, or I would be openly drinking, and it's not that I mind. It's just that's not really what I'm about, and I don't want to be like only known for that kind of shit. So, and like I don't really drink anymore, and that was just a little dabble of what I fell off the wagon. I'm probably boring you, but I'm just giving you a little. Like, what I've been thinking about the past few weeks is especially this week. I'm trying to learn I'm trying to say, because I'm going pretty hard at what I'm doing with the channel now, but I'm realizing I need to kind of find a good pacing. I don't want to keep going like this, because I don't want it to feel like more of an obligation than just something that I enjoy doing and I'm responsible for. But I do feel responsible because I've done a lot of, but I want to get better at what I'm doing, so. Anyway, thanks for being here, and thanks for listening to me with that boring shit. Oh, and also, I was showing these off. I got these yesterday, too, Leslie, if you're still there. Some comics from the 80s. Let me show you. Dennis didn't see this, and that's a pretty cool cover, though. Dead Artist and Talking Dinosaurs. I did not have this one either, so I'm excited. Oh, you're all right. Okay. Well, that's just me being self-conscious. You know, but I was being sincere. I appreciate that y'all have been here. Like what I was talking about was personal stuff that I'm trying to work on. And I was just sharing. And it's just cool that I know there is somebody on the other end listening. So that's just where I'm at the past few days. I've really been realizing I need to but I've been doing pretty good. I've got a set routine that's going pretty well, and I think if I keep to that, I think I'm about where I need to be. Like I was saying earlier, I was a little upset that I haven't maybe done as much as I could writing wise, but I also have to realize I'm trying to keep my days. If I feel like I have to force myself to do it, it just like when it comes to writing, a lot of times, if it's not coming pretty easy, then I put the pen. Like I'll sit down, and if it ain't just coming for me, I'll not worry about it for a little while. But the way you get better at it, just like anything, is you set a little time, whether it be 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, but you start small and you set a little time aside for that particular thing every day, and it'll just get easier and it becomes habit. So, and that's how you improve it stuff. Like me messing around with this little kit, or the little doodles and sketching that I do. I've never claimed to be an artist. I have an artistic eye, and I know that I can do somewhat of something artistically, but it is fun to just do. You know, it's making life fun again. So, And then I still haven't started volume 2 yet, but I might start reading this here in a little bit. This is volume 2 of Appalling. So that'll be. And I noticed it seems like with this one, the paper's a little different. The first one, and it might be because it was thicker, it was more of the matte paper. This is like I noticed, this is, the shiny kind of glossier paper, but it's also not as thick. It's probably about the half of the size of the first volume. So, and I finished the first volume about 3 or 4 days ago. So, or was it? Yeah, about 3 days ago. Because I meant to start on that yesterday. But those Mars came in, and before I'd moved everything into my room, it was probably about like between 8 and 9 o'clock last night, and I went ahead and, before I actually laid down, I sat on my bed and read the whole first issue of Mars and was just like a kid. Like, it was just, and especially because, like I said, I never had the first few issues. I had the middle portion, and towards, like, and by the time I was discovering them, they just weren't, it was harder to find them for some reason. Well, because they just aren't as popular. But some of those Mars issues can get kind of expensive, people trying to find them. But I found a decent deal on, they don't have to be in no damn mint condition for me. I paid about $10 for, it was like $8 to $10 for like all 9 issues, so that was pretty cool. Oh, and I got some, I got boards and bags in yesterday too, and that was, I didn't, that's something else I can do here in a little bit, is do some more bagging and stuff. I have a lot of stuff that's either small or like some of these graphic novel things are a little bit too big for the bags I got. So I'm going to have to get, I think I'm going to have to order some other bags that are just a little bit bigger, like that one right there, like something that'll fit like a magazine style, at least. Even if it's a little too big for the some of the graphic novels, will be fine. And I'm still waiting on Flip City magazine. I ordered one, and which it was, the shipping on it just said standard. They haven't. I think it's so standard that you don't get a tracking number. All I've got is where they have sent me an email saying we've got your order. Didn't say when it was going to ship. It just says standard shipping. I'm thinking it's one of them deals where I paid the basic rate, whatever, and they just mail it out, because I think it said 7 to 10 days. So it's right about a week now. So it could be. And she said I had some mail out there in my. Uh-oh. Guys, I thought I felt. I believe I did. God darn it. I think I felt a tick in my beard. I thought I felt a tick on me, but I might not have. So that's what I was trying to, when you saw me, let's see. I thought I felt something that felt like it could be a tick, and that's why there for a minute, but I'm not feeling it anymore. And then I thought I had a hold of something, but, and it could be. I'll check a little bit more intensely after I get off here, because the dogs sleep with me, and then I need to get some kind of I had put something on the 2 girls about a month or longer ago, like one of them little drop things, but the weather was different, and it's been long enough that stuff ain't probably working now because I've been finding. I've found several ticks in 1 week, like either crawling on me or on the dogs, or even just on like the bed or something. Because this winter really wasn't as bad as last winter, so we're probably gonna like. I'm thinking it's going to be a worse problem. It just seems like, as this weather's been warming up already, and then they run around and stuff. But like the closest stores and stuff around here are like a dollar store or Family Dollar, and those cheaper like I want to get somewhere else where I can get a good thing of those drops for the dogs that'll like usually last like at least a month or something, So, but I think we're all right. I thought I felt something. Because, I got a big old beard. I mean, I scratch it and feel of it a lot, but that doesn't mean that there couldn't be something there that I missed or didn't notice in it. So, but like since I found a tick the other night in a certain area, and it was kind of like I don't know if it was big and it been on me and got big, or if it crawled off the dog big, but I've been ever since the other night. I have every day been like checking myself and shit, just because I don't want to like have something like I want to try to find anything as soon as possible until I get this medicine and stuff for them. But I'm an old country boy, man. I've pulled ticks off me for blue million years, or I mean, as long as I've been alive. So, not that, I guess I've dodged a lot of bullets with that Lyme disease or the Rocky Mountain spotted fever too. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'd say. Well, because, one single tick, and it's weird you say that because that's where I found it the other day, was in the crotch area. I was laying in the bed and I felt something, and I was like, oh, shit. But I don't know, you would think that I would have noticed that before, but I was like, oh, shit. I got it off and burnt the hell out of it. I was on my bed. But I got up after that and checked myself, and then, like I said, that was a few days ago. And so that's another reason when I was doing this, you heard me kind of like, that would have been kind of cool, though, if it had been, like, not really, but to be on a live stream if I found something like that, and it'd make for, like, a little bit of, excitement, like, oh, I found a dick. Ah, and then I could turn the camera around and be like, here, let's burn that son of a bitch. I'm just me. So, what I was thinking about? It'd be cool to do a little live stream. Like, what if I had a little, we had a live stream that's just all like funning and joking around, and there's some people on it, but I had the little drum set sitting to the side, and like when we're trying to clown on somebody or someone makes a good like joke, I can be like, you know what I mean? Like in real time, like it'd take a while to get the timing down, but that'd be kind of a fun thing to do, like in the future, just for fun. Like if just having fun and everybody's bullshitting and cutting on each other, and it's like somebody comes with a one-liner, and I can be like, if I think quick enough, oh yeah, burn. I was thinking about that the other day. That would be something, something in the future. Since Mike sent me this, not just to play on, but just to in the future have a show or do a stream and maybe make it a thing. We're on like a certain type of stream. It could even be on someone else's channel. And like they're like, oh hey man, you want to come on and hey get your little set, have that set to the side. But it would be kind of cool if I could time it out right. And to the ding. Every time someone says when we know a good joke's about to come, I can be ready. Bing. But Leslie Stover. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, like on a talk show or something, when they used to have, when you used to watch, like, nobody really pays attention to them like talk shows much nowadays, like on the TV. I know they still have audiences, but most of them aren't doing that good. The late night shows, I know I don't give a shit about it. I don't watch anything on TV. The only thing that I see from TV is usually through YouTube or another streaming service, and I'm watching like old TV shows or something, Like I don't have a TV and I don't use a TV, so. And I find out about certain things going on in the world through other channels on YouTube or maybe an article or you see something on Twitter or X. I mean, that's how I just see the headlines sometimes. And if it's something interesting enough, I might read about it. But for the most part, I ignore most of that stuff. I try to advise most people to do that nowadays. It's like, it's not good for our mental health to be like bogged down and trying to keep up with all the hardships and the things going on in the world, because a lot of that stuff's going to go on no matter what. It's just going to be part of the. If there's something I can do here immediately in my own personal life every day to make my life better or try to make it better for the people that encounter me, then that's what I'm focused on. Like there's a lot going on in the world that I can't do anything about, and no matter how much I would like to and don't like how it's going, it's better for me to stay in this day and try to focus on the life I have. So if anything that I'd like to share with anybody, that's why I'm learning more about when, Yeah, I know. Like my neighbors, they have a TV, and all they have is a digital antenna. They don't even have like the cable or whatever. Now, a few months ago, they did get a free month of internet. She signed up for it through T-Mobile, and they were given a smart TV, so they were able to hook that internet straight into the TV. Because like there was something wrong with the cable thing, but they could still hook the internet up. I was going to show, I don't know if I showed these to Leslie. I got some quartz, smoky quartz yesterday and clear quartz crystals. I was just thinking about who might not have been here when I was showing those earlier. I know, it seems like it's show and tell, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't intend to come on and be on over an hour. I didn't even know if I'd stay on an hour. And that's why I didn't use Restream or whatever, because I was like... And then, I don't know. I figure I'll use it when I use it. I'd like to coordinate with some people. Maybe I could try to talk to somebody between now and tomorrow. Because I don't know people's schedules. Some people have jobs and do things. And like, you work, I know. But some people like go places and have to be places during the day. And that's why sometimes they're probably not. Now on the weekends. Oh, the Stones? Yeah. It's son of a bitch. Goodness gracious. Hold on a minute. Ah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, smoky quartz. You can see it's kind of like... There's some that they call phantom quartz, where it's like mostly clear, but inside, in the center, like it'll be clear like this, but in the center there'll be like a black, cloudy thing, and they call it phantom, I think. I have a book right there. I could look it up. But you can see I got, it's like a mixed lot of regular quartz and smoky. Just got them yesterday, but a lot of times, like some of these might end up being gifts to, like, I'll keep a few of them, but sometimes, like, for instance, whenever I finally decide to officially make it the giveaway done and over, and I go and take those videos down and pick a name, whenever I finally do that and know who is going to get that book, probably in the package that I send that book in to the person that ever wins the book, I'll probably throw a couple of crystals or something in the package, and of course I'm going to write a note to them, whoever. Same with if there's anything else I send out to anybody. Like I have a late birthday gift that I want to try to send out this coming payday or around payday, which will be a few weeks, to somebody that they're a good friend of mine, but they also are a subscriber, Teresa. And I have a little thing I'd found. It's right here. I'd found this in one of the old trailers when someone moved out, and like we were cleaning it. But it's a cool little keepsake box, and it's called a dream box. It's got a little saying on it, and when I found it, I was specifically thought of my friend, because she sent me a lot of stuff for my birthdays, and like she's been following the channel for like probably 3 years, and we talk to each other just about every day. Like she's not in the live streams a lot, like in the chats or anything, but she regularly watches my daily videos and stuff. But it says there, write down your dreams and lock them tight. Think of them every morning and night. If these things you faithfully do, your box of dreams will all come true. Now, of course, she can do whatever she wants, but I thought it was a cute little, it'd be something cute to give as someone, because I know her. She can keep little trinkets or whatever. She has a bunch of stones herself, and she also wire wraps. She's an older lady, and she's been wire wrapping, does a real good job, but I wish I could help. I wish I could had more knowledge about starting up like an online shop for her and help her. She'd like to sell some of the stones and the jewelry she makes, but she's got a bunch she's made. Anyway, long story there. But you get what I'm saying. These, and I'm going to probably order some more stones next month, because in the past few months I discovered that there was a bunch of stones I kind of had, and I think a while back I remember throwing them into a creek or something and giving them back to the earth is what I thought I was doing. But I was looking for some and thought I still had certain ones around here, and I've not been able to find them. And then all of a sudden it kind of came back to me that maybe last year when I was going through a certain period, I do remember doing something like that. That at some point I went down the road somewhere, and like there was a handful of some of the stuff I had that I tossed and was like, it's time to part ways. And I don't know why I did it. Something told me to do it, and I just did it. So, like, over the next few months, I'm going to, because it's not expensive, but I can order, like, bulk rate of different stones and stuff and get my collection back. Okay. Let's see. I think I'll probably wrap this up here in just a second. Yeah, it's a little after 4. And now I don't think there's anything out there that I would be expecting, because I would imagine if the Flip City magazine came in, she would have handed that to me. She probably would have handed it to me with this, even if it wasn't in a box. It would still be like in a probably. But sometimes they're able to put those. Like I've had single comics come in, or like. Like these Mars comics were actually in the mailbox. That box fit in there, just it fit in my mailbox. But if it's too big, they'll bring it up to the porch. And I don't know exactly what size. I'm imagining Flip City's probably it's called Flip City Magazine, so it's probably magazine size. I would imagine they'll probably have, when it does come, it might not fit. Or it might fit, but they might have to bend it a little, which is not a big deal. But I'm still going to go out to the mailbox here in a second and just see what's out there. Since she said that, because she's like, oh, I'm sorry. She'd known I'd been in here because the door was closed. So why don't we roll out one on a. Well, on that note, it's almost one. We're almost at an hour and a half. It's been a good stream. I appreciate you guys coming by. And Leslie, you came by and I stayed on. We had Dennis here. There was earlier. Oh, and Landa of Steel Fishing. I'm sorry if I didn't talk to you a whole lot or not, but I appreciate you being here. I did address you though. I'm just looking through and remembering that we had several people here and it's been a good stream. So I appreciate you. Over and out. You know how I say I love you here is ditto. That's my way to say to the community, ditto. And y'all have a good evening, okay? Until next time. Over and out.